Hello, everybody. We are starting our class today, which is class number 11. And we have on the screen right now the post survey. And so quite often what we've found is people who've come to all the classes, for some reason they can't make that last class and we don't get the last post survey done. We don't want everybody to be taking this. If you've missed more than 2 classes, we'd prefer you to take the post survey next Monday. But if you've only missed one, or if you haven't missed any, it's perfectly okay for you to take this post survey right now. And so we'd appreciate it. You can just hold your phone up to it in camera mode, and it should pull it up for you, and you should be able to take it right away. This is the short survey that goes specifically with step up, scale down. It doesn't go up with the portal, which is that is the long survey that you should be getting an email with it momentarily. I know normally I'm on the screen, but it's more important that you see this survey QR code than me. So, and we're get to listen to Ms. Boogie today tell us about our numbers and where they should be and how we can stay healthy. And hopefully our numbers have improved since we've been on this program. So thank you guys, and I'll let you go.
Hi guys. So the first thing we're going to talk about this week is the challenge from last week. Were you able to make any changes in preparing your food, or changes when you were out to eat with friends and family? Anybody?
B said yes, she baked pork chops instead of frying them, Miss B. Yep. Did you enjoy them? And she used the dinner tonight recipe. So
awesome.
Yeah. And I and Donna used carb healthy tortillas and turkey instead of beef in her Mexican casserole. And you enjoyed it?
Oh yeah.
Tastes the same to her. So they've made some healthy choices.
Awesome.
I made sure I didn't hang out next to all the food. That was helpful to me.
That's good. That was, I know your plan, Miss Lynn.
This is Patricia. I know that I had a little gathering with my court staff, and we went out to eat. And I had everybody, and it was Italian. Everybody had all the nice penne pastas with the heavy creams, and I had a grilled item with roasted vegetables, and I had no bread, so that was like a big deal.
Go, Patricia.
Did you enjoy it though?
Oh no, it was really good. I did miss the bread though, dunking it in that oil.
But were you proud of yourself? It's like, okay, I can do this. It's possible.
Yeah, I am. And I, I'll live. I'll eat it one day maybe, but I'm good right now.
Good.
Okay, Lisa, do you have anything to add?
I added more fruit to my diet this week.
Oh, great. And looks like Lori's on now. So Lori, we're discussing if we made any changes in preparing our food this week or ordering out when we went out to eat.
Maybe she didn't hear us, and I know she's muted right now, so maybe she'll get back on later. Or she's open now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out my buttons here. I guess the biggest thing that we tried this week was not eating out as much, because we have a tendency to not know what we want, wait till the last minute, we're too tired to cook, and we really tried to prepare and make sure that we had something easy and simple to fix.
Well, that's great. Sarah? So we're discussing our goal for this week about preparing food or eating out.
Okay.
Did you make any changes? Or were you
No.
able to?
Not that I've been really good about, I always cook my own meals. I go out maybe once a week, if that, at lunch. But this weekend my daughter graduated from college, so we had some celebrations going on.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. So it was really hard to do that, but just try to make as many good choices as you can. So nothing really, I can't really say I worked on that really, really hard. So
What about exercise? Anybody hit any moving goals this week?
always love to walk.
Yeah.
Even when I'm out of town.
Okay, guys, so we're going to discuss high blood pressure today, cholesterol, and pre-diabetes. Lynn, can you put that first hand up, please? So when you have your blood pressure checked, you're getting a systolic number, which is the pressure as your heart beats, and the diastolic, which is the pressure when the heart rests. So,
Boogie, is this the right one?
yes, ma'am. Thank you. Most of the stuff that's on it, though, I'm not really going to go over. Just pretty simple things, and y'all can ask questions if you know to. Lynn is a nurse, so if I don't know it, hopefully she will. So a good blood pressure is 120/80. I don't even know what I was going to say after that. And if you increase those numbers, then you get into a particular danger zone with those. So if your blood pressure is high, you may end up with heart disease, stroke, kidney disease, and possibly dementia. Does anybody that's on have problems with blood pressure or have issues? Sorry, I shouldn't say problems.
I do, and Lynn, can you make that bigger so we can see it a little more? Thanks. Yeah, I have high blood pressure, but I take my medicine on a regular basis, and it looks really good when I take my medicine.
That's great, Karen. Anyone else? Okay, so should you at some point, hopefully not, have issues with blood pressure, eating healthier foods, moving more often, and remember 30 minutes a day is the goal, but it doesn't have to be 30 minutes all at one time. Aim for a healthier weight. We've always thought not always thought, I shouldn't say that. Everyone had to be thin to be healthy, but it's only 3 to 5% of your body weight to get a result, and I can attest to that right now. My blood sugar, which we'll get to later, but I don't have blood pressure issues, have just gone down a lot because I've lost weight. And if you smoke, then stopping that would help with your blood pressure. Can you go to the next one, please? There you go, which is what I just read. And then it gives you on the side things to do to change. Increase fruit and vegetable intake, salads, meatless Monday. You can try. Reduction in salt is helpful. Regular walks, marching in place. I have some ladies that I work out with every week, and they were just telling me that the other day that they had were on a call or something, and they just decided to start walking in place while they were on hold. So that happens to all of us, right? When we get on hold with somebody, especially customer service, we can always go ahead and just start walking, especially if we're getting a little bit stressed because customer service has us on hold the whole time. Okay, so can anybody tell me how many minutes of exercise or activity we should get a week?
No, nobody here knows.
210 minutes.
That's a good guess.
So then they did say 30 minutes a day over here is what they said.
So the goal is 150 minutes a week. So 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day. Again, doesn't have to be And that's hard to get ingrained in some people's brain because I've been trained to at least be 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day. I'm going to ask y'all some questions about cholesterol before we start our little cholesterol lesson. If you can't hear me, let me know. When you have too much cholesterol over time, blank can build up in your arteries and make it hard for blood to flow to your heart and brain. When you have too much cholesterol over time, blank can build up in your arteries and make it hard for the blood to flow from your heart and brain.
Plaque.
Plaque.
The answer is plaque. Does somebody have their paperwork out or what? Great.
I
That's
think
awesome.
I read it.
Great. All right, next question. I wish I could keep points and have a winner, but I'm not. Our bodies need cholesterol, but too much can cause plaque to build up in the arteries. As this happens, blood vessels narrow and make it hard for blood to get to important parts of the body, like the heart and brain. Okay. Number 2, we have two main types of blood cholesterol. Which type is considered the good cholesterol? HDL or LDL?
LDL? No, HDL.
HDL.
Okay. The good cholesterol, the good cholesterol is HDL. All right. People with high blood cholesterol have about blank the risk of heart disease than people with ideal levels that have ideal levels. People with high blood cholesterol have blank the risk of heart disease than people with ideal levels of cholesterol.
Increased risk?
It is
More.
increased.
Double.
Let me give you some answer choices. Twice or 4 times?
4 times?
Twice.
The answer is twice.
Can you make that a little bit bigger again? I can't see
The questions aren't on there, just saying. I just have those. Most adults have their cholesterol checked every 1 to 3 years or every 4 to 6 years.
1 to 3.
1 to 3 is the vote over here.
1 to 3.
Their answer is 4 to 6.
What?
I didn't say I agreed. Most
Times
adults,
a year?
no, most adults have their cholesterol checked every 4 to 6 years. 4 to 6 years. I'm sure that's an average of the people that do it more than once a year and the people that don't ever have it checked. Your cholesterol levels are affected by how physically active you are, unhealthy diet, your genes, or all the above.
All the above.
Absolutely all the above. So I have a story for myself. My mother was very active, very thin, ate well, had very high cholesterol, and my dad, totally opposite, best cholesterol ever. Genetic. And luckily I got that from him and the gray hair, unfortunately. All right. Lynn, can you make that you go up just a little bit on that page? So our LDL, there you go. Our LDL is the bad cholesterol. I always have to actually think about that. And the high density cholesterol is the good cholesterol that helps keep the buildup from inside the arteries. And then you can just look at the table and maybe see where yours is.
I was taught, Boogie, I don't know if this is helpful to anyone. I was taught
I'm sure.
that the easiest way to remember it is that you want your HDL to be high. So that's why, like H for high. So you can remember that you want that one to be high and you want the L, the low one, to be low.
Okay. See? You're so smart, Lynn. So does anybody know their numbers and can pick it out on the table? Or at least look at it. So maybe you remember the last time you had yours checked.
Mine was 156, but my something was too low. So that would have been my low, that would have been my LDL. I don't know. I get confused.
No, no, it's okay. It's,
They said I
um,
need to work on that by better diet and exercise
exercise, absolutely.
to raise it up.
Yeah,
Mine-
great. Okay.
Mine-
Sorry, mine is too high, but I guess the doctor does some type of calculation, and my HDL is really, really good, so it kind of offsets the bad. So where I don't have to be on medicine.
Mm.
Yes, they work with each other. So Lynn, can you go to the next page, please? So we have an American Heart Association handout for y'all about how to improve your cholesterol. Some of the tips are basically the same as improving health. They are eating a variety of fruits and vegetables, low-fat milk, skinless meat, the low-fat meat, fatty fishes are better for us, unsalted nuts, seeds, and legumes. And then non-tropical vegetable oils like canola, corn, olive, and safflower oils. What we need to limit is salt, sweet and sugared beverages, red meats, processed meats, which are super easy for us to eat because they're really handy. Full fat dairy, baked goods, solid fat shortening, stick margarine and lard, which right now I'm sure some of us are using some of that to either bake or cook during the holidays. So maybe replacing some of that if you can in your recipes would be helpful. And then of course, reducing the amount of fried food we eat. All those things would help improve your cholesterol. Lynn, you got a little bit more, I think. Okay, and these guys, we talked about preparing food last week. Broil and grill instead of pan frying. Removing the skin from poultry. Using vegetable spray instead of butter or lard if you're going to saute vegetables. Any questions or comments so far? Anything you like better than something else when you're preparing your food and trying to cut down the fat? Any tips you can give us?
I had a question about
Sure.
the grilling and all that. So when you rotisserie a chicken, if you eat that, if you just take the skin off, is that bad for you?
No, it's good for you. It's very good for you.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure. If I ate the skin, it would probably not be so good for me.
So Sarah, it's good that the skin has a lot of fat in it. They say it's even better for you if you take the skin off even before you cook it, but some people just can't stand that it dries it out that much.
I've
And
never
so
done that, but yeah, that doesn't sound very good.
So, I mean, it's just like us. I mean, our adipose tissues, but a lot of times between our skin and our our
Mhm.
muscle. So yeah, that's where it's gonna most of the time being hidden, if you want to say hidden at all. But yeah.
well, and you asked if there was any other hints, Boogie. I like
Yeah,
I
please.
always talk about my air fryer, and I don't even add oil to it all the time, especially with mushrooms. I was spraying them with oil, and then one time I forgot, and it was like, wait, I don't even need to put the oil on even for that. It cooks them, and there's no, I just love them that way.
Great. I don't have one of those yet, but I think I need one. And I'm sorry if y'all can hear the dog. He's not happy. He's not in here. So all the tips we've gone over today, we've gone over for probably the last 10 weeks. It's about being healthier. Increase fruit and vegetable intake, healthy heart foods, maintaining a healthy weight, losing weight if we need to, being physically active, not smoking if we do, or stopping. So let's go to the last handout. We're going to talk about pre-diabetes. And I do have a question for y'all. Now, this is American Diabetes Association. Has anybody ever heard a doctor or a doctor told them you're either diabetic or you're not? I'm just wondering.
I've heard that pre-diabetes is diabetes, but I don't know. Not from a doctor, just from people.
Okay. I just wonder. Because I've heard the same thing from a doctor. Okay. And I am
Oh.
diabetic. Yeah.
Mhm.
So a pre-diabetes is a condition that comes on before diabetes. That means your blood sugar, are higher than normal, but not quite there for to be considered diabetic. And you will get, the associations with that as far as other issues in your health. And the way to prevent that, of course, again, is being physically active, reducing your amount of sugars, losing weight. And guys, really 3 to 5% of your weight is not a lot, and it will have an effect on prediabetes. Lynn, can you go up a little more? Besides Karen and I, is anybody else not quite that far, babe? Is anybody else diabetic in this group? Right, that's great.
My doctor told me that I was pre-diabetic. My A1C was at 6.2, but I went in about 4 months later having lost maybe 10 pounds, and it had dropped to 5.8. And so now I've lost about 25 more. So I'm curious as to what my A1C is now.
Patricia, you are a perfect example of what I just said. Perfect. I mean, 10 pounds is not saying 10 pounds isn't hard to lose, but it wasn't a lot of weight to lose. And look what the effect you got was.
Yeah.
Um,
And my dad is diabetic and my grandma was diabetic. So I know, I'm teetering that line if I don't do something.
yes, ma'am. I was in your shoes. I completely understand. So being physically active, losing a little bit of weight, making sure you're taking your medications if you need to. And so you can see in the middle of this page again, if 30 minutes a day, we don't have to do them all at one time. Let's look at making healthier choices, cutting back on sodas or sugared beverages. Smaller meals sometimes help out, increasing that fruit and vegetables. If you look at a diabetic plate, half the plate should be vegetables, non-starchy vegetables. Choose salads. Choose salad toppings that are reduction in calories and not full fat. And try to cut your calories. We did that this week, or everyone did, not everyone maybe, but most of us did that this week as our challenge. Lynn, can you go down a little bit, please? Okay, making sure we're tracking our progress. It sounds like, Karen, do you take your blood sugar?
My doctor doesn't require me to, but I do try to take it about once a week, maybe twice a week. But yeah.
So tracking your progress, that could be losing weight. That could be tracking your blood sugar. That could be having your A1C taken, when you're supposed to. So those are all good things to keep yourself in touch with what's going on. Any questions or comments? Okay, guys, well, I am done for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please let us know. Lynn's going to put the QR code back up on the screen for the post survey from AgriLife.
I have a question on that survey. You said if you've missed more than 2, not to do it. So I've made up the ones I've missed by listening to it. So am I
So-
good then?
Yes, ma'am, you haven't missed any then, because with our
Okay.
program, if you've watched the recordings, it's just the same as attending class. So yes, ma'am, you're good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And we're going to leave this up a few minutes. Is anybody doing it right now?
My ladies have already finished theirs.
Okay. Sarah, Patricia, or Lisa, I don't want to leave y'all hanging and then get off and y'all get stuck and need help. So that's why I was asking.
I'm gonna stop the recording though.
I haven't done it, but because I'm actually using my phone for this meeting, but I took